It's time for another estate sale. You guys want to come with me? Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Angela and I've been a stay-at-home mom and a homeschool mom basically my entire adult life, and now I'm doing what I want on my YouTube channel. So welcome in if you're brand new here. I am going to tons of estate sales today, and you know what? So far I've just been getting a little bit here, a little bit there, and yeah, that's okay, because I kind of like exploring these estate sales anyway. So if you enjoy just exploring, you're going to want to hit subscribe right now and come join me for all of my thrifting and sifting adventures. I think we could have a really good time together. So just starting on the porch here, I did get here later in the day, and I kind of was just looking down at, I don't know why I was pointing up, but I was looking down at some rocks and figures and things there, and just kind of seeing what was available. Look at these. Oh, old singer. Isn't that beautiful? Here's some more old, these are not old plants. I think someone put some little plants together down there. I wasn't really pointing my camera down there very well for you, but there's some plants down there and some different little stones, like decorative stones for your yard, things like that. I didn't pick any of those up. I did kind of think about it, but when I first went in here, I noticed, of course, this really great phone on the wall. I just love those, so nostalgic for me. I always wished I had one of those mile-long cords, but we didn't have one of those. What a bummer. Look at all this Fiesta ware. Holy cow. You know what? It was really beautiful and everything, but it was priced appropriately for Fiesta collectors. I wouldn't have been able to have much of a profit there if I bought them at the prices that they were wanting. Do you guys do Fiesta ware at all? I mean, it's once you know it when you see it. I think anyway. Well, I thought maybe, I was hoping kind of some of these knives would be worth something, but they weren't. And you know, I was just saying in another video, I still have never found any Cutco knives. Have you ever found any of those and sold any of those? Tell me in the comments if you have. What's your secret? Where are you finding them? So I was peeking at the rest of these cabinets. Do you think these were always open like this, or did they take the doors off to redo them, or for this sale? I don't know. It was interesting. It was like the kitchen was halfway updated with this backsplash, and then the other half was not at all. So I wonder if they had some work to do. I noticed these vintage aprons hanging up here. I kind of wanted to peek at them, but I got to control myself. Vintage aprons take a little while for me to sell, and I already have some that I'm waiting on, and I'm not going to pick any more up right now. Okay, I got some of these at an estate sale earlier today, but I'm like, what the hey? For $2, I'm just going to pick more up. People do like these primitive, mid-century, what am I thinking? Measuring spoons. So I'll pick those up and add them to my collection. And I'm just immediately heading downstairs here to see what I can find. Excuse me, Hawaiian shirt guy, coming through. And I kind of went down into a laundry area down here, and just, there were some coats hanging up and some shelves of different linens, tablecloths. I did see one that was labeled vintage, but I just didn't know a lot about it. It's this green one here. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but for some reason, it almost felt to me like it looked vintage, but it wasn't. I just don't know. I don't know. It's like, do you ever feel like when you're at estate sales or you're thrifting that it's like you just get a gut feeling when it's a good piece? I mean, it didn't have any identifying markers on it. So I just was like, nope, my gut told me no. I did look at this quilt a little bit. She was asking $20 for it. And since this was just like a wacky patchwork quilt, I could maybe do $30, maybe $35 on it. It wouldn't bring as much as like a beautifully pieced quilt, so it wasn't worth it to me to pick that up. But I do love a good handmade quilt. I'm very, very impressed with people who can quilt. I myself cannot. Oh, these are like cat and dog clothes, maybe even just cat clothes. I don't know, but it was kind of funny. I don't really have any need for any of those, and I did leave those behind and went into the next room here. There were a lot of little crafty things in here, some old toys and plush up there, but again, the prices just weren't quite right for me. But look at the little girl with the big eyes. Does anybody know who she is? I don't. I kind of took a peek through some of the craft supplies. Didn't see anything I couldn't live without. I saw some fabric up here, but the prices for the amount of fabric that was there, it just wasn't worth it for me. Um, I, I, I like to buy really low, and for fabric, I'm always spending less than $10 for a couple of yards for sure, like well below that. So I just left some of the fabric there. Someone's going to enjoy it. She was definitely a crafter. She had all kinds of crafty things, and then also a cook, because she had all kinds of cookbooks and things like that over here. You know, when I buy books, I generally like to stay under $1. I barely eyeballed some of these. It's like if I see something that I think I'm interested in, it's like when I know, I know. And there was nothing there that really caught my eye too much. More crafty stuff. Look at all this stuff. I'd be so curious to see what some of her crafts were, wouldn't you? Like some of her finished crafts. This little plaque was cute. I do love vintage plaques, but I gotta put a hold on that for now. I've got some vintage plaques that I need to sell before I buy any more.
Well, yeah, he's pretty out of it. And now it's getting worse. It's getting worse because he can't breathe.
But you just bought him another car?
No.
Oh, I thought that's what I heard you say. I was like, why would you do that?
I drive. I'm his chauffeur. I drive the car probably about 99% of the time. Yeah. When he goes get his hair cut, he'll drive on a Tuesday or a Thursday when he doesn't have. He usually feels pretty good on those days.
Yeah.
But it's getting worse.
Do you have to just like this?
It's not very far. We live at 147.
I'm not trying to I just want you to know I'm not trying to creep up on you here. I'm
no,
just,
fine.
okay.
Fine.
We live at 147.
Oh, great.
Those are pretty cool.
And it's, you know,
How cute. So sweet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is this. Very cute.
it's just becoming a plant.
I did pick up this cute little fairy garden thing. I don't even know what it was, but look how adorable it is. It was only 75 cents. I'm like, I gotta have it. Somebody is going to want this. Something's telling me I need to have it.
Oh, it is. It is. God bless you. And luckily, her husband is kind
I looked at these riding hats. Again, for the price they were asking, they just weren't worth it for me to pick up. But they're like the fox hunt hats or whatever. They were only asking $7, but I just couldn't find enough out about them to make it worth it. There's a lot of people at this sale, even though it was later in the day.
If I'm not up here,
Kind of went over into this room. This was really cool. It was the kitchen downstairs, like a little kitchenette. And look at this. It was all these cabinets were metal. There was a really cool like farmhouse stove here, and it just was like, it was so charming. Look at these. Sweet. I wonder if she made those. This looks like actually that little green napkin holder, like someone was crafty themselves and kind of took that. Look at this sink. Oh, I thought it was a stove there. It's a sink. Oh my goodness, so dang cute. $180 for this beautiful little mid-century table. I wish this cat thing were cheaper, but it's $10. It's really cool, you know. And I know some people may watch this and go, Angela, I would have picked that up. Well, you know, guys, when you're reselling, the nice thing is everybody can do what works for them. And that's the beauty of it. Look at that. He's a movie bum. Movie buff. Kind of looked at the linens. I didn't see anything here that I needed. I went outside in a moment. Well, I wish that was cheaper. It's not cheap enough. And, was it down here upstairs? I saw another linen. It was like a hand towel that I thought I could use because it had these beautiful retro daisies on it, but it just was too jacked up. It had some pulls and it had some stains. I was kind of curious about these sprinklers, but okay, this is the honest truth. They're so heavy. I didn't want to carry them around at that moment. I knew I had other stuff that I wanted to check out. I didn't even bother running comps on those, but I know that there are some vintage sprinklers that you can sell. So guys, make sure you run your comps if it's something that you're interested in. This was kind of a cool chair. So just going in downstairs, still again, so many people here. That guy over there was definitely a reseller. The way he was really giving everything a good once over on the guy's wall over there. This is so cute. Look at these little glass jars. So nostalgic. Talc powder, $5 for the empty canister. So cute. Rose talc. Isn't that cute? Just so darling. So yeah, they're kind of looking at, there's like a major guy's wall over there that I'm just not interested in at all right now. You know, I'll sell guy stuff. You know what I mean when I'm you can't see me, but I'm using air quotes. You know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about guy stuff. I will sell it if I find some and I've taken the time to run comps, or if it's in a storage unit and I'm like, well, might as well sell it. But otherwise, I don't take a lot of time with some of that stuff. I just don't. And also, like I said previously, I'm really in a season of selling smalls right now. So some things I'm just not into. I wish these books were cheaper because they had some children's books and stuff. But I was kind of like, meh, because it said for every book that you look at, you need to open the front cover to see how much it's going to cost, which, what a hassle. I was like, no thanks. I didn't want to do that. They can run the sale the way they want. It's totally fine. But for me, that was a no. I want it to be like all books 50 cents or something like that. You know what I mean? That's the way I like to do books. I did check out a couple more, but again, just not anything I wanted for those prices. Now, if they were cheaper, yes, I definitely saw some treasures in there. But, you know, and I love a good old cookbook, but not at the prices they were asking. Like, what is that one? $10? I don't know. I'm just like, no. So I didn't even bother with any other cookbooks. I could see that was going to be the way it was, and I'm just not interested in that.
And then he came back and I said,
I don't know who he has.
oh, you mean come back
Today.
Oh.
We don't need secret. Come get the old man back. Did I get some of my orange tape? Did I give you my orange tape, anybody?
Then you didn't want to give it back to me, who you took it from.
So I kind of went back upstairs. I was looking around. People were just moving and shaking, man, everywhere. So back through the kitchen here and trying to get to some areas that I haven't been to yet. There's a living room over to my right, which went out to the deck. And over here, it's the bathroom, but it's filled with other things. I did take this Stay Flow Purex. I looked it up. It was new old stock, and they were only asking $2 for it. It is new, and it's a full container. And I did take that. The comps were looking good on that. So that's a win for me. I didn't really see anything else in the bathroom here with these products that I needed. If there were other things that were new old stock and that were worth it, had been unopened or unused, I would definitely be looking those up. But not this time, and that's all right. So I'm double checking here to make sure it's all good. And it was. So it was filled all the way to the top. I'm going to close that tight and put it in my bag. And we're going to take that with us into the next room. There were some other really cool things in the room, some other cool collectibles. But, you know, things have to speak to you. And, of course, the price tags have to speak to you, too. Do you like to spend just a little, excuse me? Maybe there are some things that you'll pay up for. I've got to really do my research to pay up for things. I'm very, very stingy. But, you know, most of the time that's served me well in my adult life. So that's all right. So many little cuties up here. Oh, I'm telling you, if, excuse me, if all of these were cheaper, heck yeah. I had to look that up because I have that little West Clocks vintage clock. This lady was looking real concerned with me, the lady in the black t-shirt. There was another area of the house where she was kind of looking at me too. She may have I don't know, maybe she was just concerned about me filming things. I don't know, but she did never say anything. And she may have been a very, very nice lady. I just felt like she was kind of concerned about me. I don't know, but she never did say anything, so it's all good. I do like a good linen closet. Looking specifically here for some vintage linens, I just automatically was like, meh, I didn't see anything. And I didn't really dig too much. These are all Harley. I know it might be killing some of you for me to walk right by those, but I don't need to deal with any of those right now. Some kind of cool art pieces, but they are prints. Just framed prints. I do like that lamp up there. That was kind of a neat one. And oh, it was such a nice day out. Man, it was like 72 and sunny. Yeah, this could be a cool one to come back to on half price day, but I think I'm working at the pumpkin patch on half price day. If you guys haven't caught my other videos, I do work part-time at our local pumpkin patch, and I love it so much. I do a lot of things I love. I'm a part-time reseller, part-time realtor, part-time pumpkin patch employee. I mean, I'm telling you, when you put in your time for years and years to be a stay-at-home mom, be a homeschool mom the way I have, I'm just saying, when the time comes that your kids are older, we have one adult child and 2 teens, and my time is freed up, you are allowed to do what you want with your time, and these are things I'm enjoying pursuing. This was neat. Oh, I just wish it was a little cheaper. I'm really wishing I could come back here on half price day. It was a vintage children's snowsuit. I know what you're thinking, Angela, 8, that's not that bad, but they can be real touchy, these vintage snowsuits, especially for children. People can be particular. It takes a very particular person, actually, to put their child in like vintage clothes or vintage snowsuits. I thought this kind of piqued my interest. It was a children's clown costume, handmade. It was $6. If it were under $5, I may have bought it. It is coming up to Halloween. I decided to leave it there. Since it was handmade, it didn't really have a size on it. Even though it was kind of an almost new condition, but cool lamp there, right? Little brass lamp. Really cool pieces in here. Oh, all kinds of treasures. Kind of eyeballed this. This was interesting. Some of these things could be really beautiful, like primitive decor, don't you think? I kind of think so. I don't know. Would you have looked into that a little bit more?
Excuse me.
You're fine.
So I'm just heading out into the living room now and then out onto the deck. Living room had a lot of guys' stuff in it. Again, with the guy stuff. Will you guys do me a favor right now? Can you just take one moment? It's free to do and it really helps my channel. Can you hit the like button and drop me one comment, even if it's just saying hello, telling me what you're liking in this video, even if you're just letting me know how you're doing today. A like and a comment really goes a long way for a new channel. I really super appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. This back deck was so eclectic. Look at the pirate stuff and the coastal stuff. It was so neat. I did see this right away. This is the kind of style of hand towel that I would really usually like to sell, but it just had some staining and more wear and pull than I would like. It was so cool. It was a bath towel. Look at that. That's the kind of stuff you want to look for. This just happened to have a lot of pulls in the fabric, and it was just too dirty. And I will clean, you know, linens and things, but this one just had too many issues. So I was like, darn it. Anyway, so yeah, I kind of wandered through a little bit more and then kind of back through the house. Really nice big deck on this place. So cool. So cool. Really neat place. Such a mix. See that TV stand is like new, and then they had some old stuff. Such a total mix of all kinds of things in this house, new and old. I did take a peek at some of these. This is the Living Bible. Again, I wish they were cheaper. So sad. If it was under $1, I would have taken that. And yeah, that was about it for my tour of this house. But guys, I want to ask you a favor. Would you please go find me on Facebook? It's Mom Rebooted. Come say hello and tell me that you saw this YouTube video. And go ahead and check out some of my other YouTube videos as well. It's something I've really been enjoying, and I really do enjoy connecting with you guys, and I'd love to connect with you even more. So the more you check out my videos, the more YouTube knows that you want to see more of me. So that one was just okay. Again, picked up a couple things. It had a lot of cool stuff, but you know me, I'm a very cheap, very thrifty thrifter. So I like to buy really low. That'd be a great one to go back on half price day. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you'll come and join me on my next trip. Please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe. Come find me on Facebook at Mom Rebooted, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.